Hi students, we discussed vectors. Then today class we are going to learn new chapter which we are going to learn 11th in 11th class physics, that is differential calculus. Name of this topic is differential calculus. Actually it is a mathematical tool. Frequently we are using this differential calculus. Where we are using this? Now we are going to learn. Okay. Suppose there are two physical quantities. One depend on another. So if one varies with respect to other, let it be a physical quantity, let it be there are two physical quantities y, x, be the two physical quantities, This physical quantity y, it depends on x. Let it be a function. So this x is a physical quantity, independent quantity, which varies independently. When this x varies, this y also varies, because this y depends on x. Let it be y may be the derived quantity. As we learned, derived quantities depends on fundamental quantities. Okay, let it be x is the fundamental quantity and y is the derived quantity. This function varies. If there is any change in x, if there is change in x, then y also changes. Change in x, then y also changes. It may be increase or decrease. So how this y will change with respect to x? So that change in y, let it be delta y. Change in x, let it be delta x. Change in y, that is delta y. What is delta y? Change in the quantity y. Change in y is delta y. What is delta x? Change in x, let it be delta x. Let us see this example graph, how it will varies. Let us see with the help of a graph. Suppose this physical quantity x and this is the physical quantity y. X, first physical quantity, represents on x axis. Second physical quantity y, which depends on x, is on y axis. So for every value of x, there exists a value y. Suppose this value is x1, this value is y1, corresponding value. Suppose this value x2, and the corresponding value y changes, let it be y2. So the coordinates of this point A is x1, y1. Coordinates of the point B is x2, y2. So for every value of x, there exists a value of y. If x changes, y also changes. So this value, this change in values in graph, we can represent this. This is change. What is change in y? y2 minus y1. What is change in x? x2 minus x1. Let it be delta x. So this value is, let it be origin. This one is x1. From here to here is x2. x2 minus x1 becomes this one. So this is delta x. This coordinate is y1. So corresponding this will becomes y1. It is y2. This vertical component is y2. So y2 minus y1, this becomes delta y. So from here A to C, B to C, let it be C. So AC, let it be in the graph delta x, BC, let it be delta y. So the change in y with respect to x. So here you draw this slope of this line theta, let it be. So tan theta gives opposite side delta y by delta x. So the change in the value of x delta y with respect to delta x, that is delta y by delta x, can be written as y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. That is, this can also be written as, this is nothing but tan theta. That is slope of the line, slope of the curve. So tan theta means slope here, that is y coordinate by x coordinate. So this gives delta y by delta x is the average change in y. This is average change in y with respect to x, with respect to x. That means this delta y by delta x, it indicates how y varies with respect to x, because y depends on x. If x changes, y also changes. So this is the delta y by delta x. However, this average change, this is delta y by delta x. This is average change. Still, why I call it as average change in y? Because the slope of the curve even changes between A and B. As it goes from A to B, it will become steeper. So this slope changes from point to point. That's why it indicates the average change in y with respect to x between the values x and x1 and x2. So still we want a specific value, as this delta t, if you divide this, b reaches to a, this b reaches to a, as in this graph. See, in the same graph, b and a, this is the point a, b and a are at the same points, so which has coordinates x, y. If there is a small change in x, there is corresponding change in y. So as delta x tends to 0, so that is the limiting value, but it should not be become 0. That means it made into smaller and smaller parts. That is, b reaches to a, but it should not be at a. That means both should not coincide. If they both coincide at a point, you will get a delta x value becomes 0. So, but it delta x tends to 0. So this delta, as delta x tends to 0, this that is, we can call it as, this is the limit. Limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x. we can call it as dy by dx. This dy by dx we can call it as, this is a differential coefficient. Differential coefficient of y with respect to x, differential coefficient of y with respect to x, or we can call it as derivative of y with respect to x. This we can call it as dy by dx. As this value we can call it as instantaneous. It is instantaneous change in y with respect to x. This limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x is equal to dy by dx. This dy by dx we can call it as differential coefficient of y with respect to x. That means this y indicates how it will varies with respect to x. So it is equivalent to what? Dy by dx at the curve is equal to dash slope of the curve, that is tan theta. So if a curve is given, slope, that slope of the curve, slope at a particular point, slope at a point gives dy by dx, that is tan theta for a curve. That means if the curve is at a particular point, at a particular instant of time, if there is a small change in x, there will be corresponding change in y. At this point, how this y varies with respect to x, that we can call it as differential coefficient of y with respect to x, or we can call it as derivative of y with respect to x. Mathematically we can represent dy by dx. That how it will be for the curve? It is equal to slope at that point. So slope means we can use the formula tan theta. Tan theta means y coordinate by x coordinate. This is graphical representation. Suppose if it is there is a mathematical equation, so we can also find if it is a mathematical equation. Okay. Suppose now mathematical there is some relation. Now let us take this example. Save this example. Suppose there is a square of length L, side length L. If L changes, what is area of that square? Area is equal to area of this square. What is area of this square? Let it be A. A is equal to, we have L square. What is L here? Side length of this square. So if L changes to L plus delta L, let it be. So L changes L plus delta L. There will be small increment in the value of L, that is L plus delta L, every side L plus delta L. Then this area is also increases. Okay, let it be initial area A1, this is the final area A2. So initial area is A1 is equal to L square. Okay, so this is a physical quantity area, which is a derived quantity, and this length is a fundamental quantity. If this fundamental quantity changes, then this area is also changes. So this change in area A2, how we can write this area A2? L plus delta L whole square. Okay, so L plus delta L, we can write it as L square plus delta L square plus 2 L into delta L. Okay, now what is change in area? We want change in area. What is change in area? We can write it as A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1. That is, what is A2 minus A1? L square. Change in area, let it be delta A. L square plus delta L square plus 2 into L into delta L minus A1. Initial area is L square. So this L square minus L square get cancelled. Delta L, you divide with delta L, delta A by delta L. So you will get a delta L, 2L, delta L, 1 delta L will get cancelled, 1 delta L will be left. So what I did, this one, I divide with delta L on both sides. So delta L, delta A by delta L, delta A by delta L is equal to 2L, delta L get cancelled, plus delta L. So as this limit delta L tends to 0, that means this limit delta L tends to 0, delta A by delta A. So we can write it as here limit delta L tends to 0, delta A by delta L. That means this delta L increment in L is very small minute value, but it should not be 0, very small minute value. Then delta L by A by delta L, we can write it as, see, we got delta L is very small value when compared with L. So delta L is very much less than L, small increment value. So you neglect this value, you will get to 2L. So we got this value answer. So this we can write it as dA by dL, we can write it as 2L. This dA by dL, we can call it as rate of change. Rate of change. What? Rate of change of area with respect to length. So we got the formula 2L. Okay? That means there will be a small increment in the delta L, that rate of change dA by dL, this delta A by L can be written as dA by dL, that is equal to 2L. So we got this answer. So even it is, if you know the mathematical relation, we can calculate like this. So if you know the graph, differential coefficient, you take the slope. If you know the mathematical equation, how these quantities will be depend, area and length, this is the mathematical relation between the two physical quantities. Area is a derived quantity, length is a fundamental quantity. Then this differential coefficient, rate of change of area with respect to length. We can call it as derivative of a with respect to length. We got it 2m. So here we are getting some formulas. With this we can derive some formulas. Here I will give this list of formulas. Before going to list these formulas, see this graph also. You take another graph to understand this before going to these formulas. Suppose there is a graph like this, x and y, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, like this. Okay. So there will be a scale like this. Let it be, see this graph. So for every value, see, as x increases in this graph, y is also first increases. See this graph. Understand this graph. As x increases, this y also increases first and reaches a maximum value. Then it starts decreasing as x increases. So how we can write this one? See, as limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x, we have slope of the curve, that is equal to dy by dx, that is equal to slope. What is the meaning of slope? Tan theta. Okay. Now here, suppose you want a differential coefficient at 2 of this y. So you draw at the slope here at this particular point. So you draw a slope here, slope here. So this angle indicates tan theta value. I think you know how to draw slope to the curve. So you draw a tangent at a point. So this is the tangent to that point, gives a slope. So this slope means this is the y coordinate, this is x coordinate, y coordinate by x coordinate, that gives a tan theta. Here delta y by delta x, here is positive. So this delta y we can write it as dy by dx of delta x. That means there is a small increment in the value of x, increment, then y also increases. That means at 2 is equal to, at x is equal to 2, we have slope is positive. We have slope is positive. Slope is positive. Positive slope. Positive slope. That means as x increases, y is also increases. You see at 8, you draw a slope here, you will get at 8 the slope is, you will find negative. Here the slope means you will get this value, corresponding value 5. Here it is, let it be minus 2, 0. This value becomes 5. Let it be 4. Minus 2 to 2. Here from here to here to 2. So 4. Slope is here plus 5 by 4. What is the slope at x is equal to 8? At x is equal to 8, x is equal, the slope is negative. So this angle, that means it is tan theta 2. Let it be tan theta 1. So this is slope tan theta 1. Here x is equal to 2, slope is equal to tan theta 2. Tan theta is delta y by delta x. Here x increases, the y value decreases. So it has, see, negative slope. So it has negative slope. That means here it is x value is it is 5, corresponding value is 5. This is also 5, and this value is 8, 12, it be 4. So here it is x2 minus x1. x2 minus x1 is 12 minus 8, 4. y2 minus y1. Here y2 is 0. Here y1 is 5. 5 minus 0 minus 5 minus. So you will get minus 5 by 4. So here slope becomes negative. That means here as x increases, the y value starts decreasing. That is the meaning here in this graph. You check slope at this point 6. So I want slope at 6, at x is equal to 6. How you will get? So you will get a parallel to the x axis, so its slope is 0. So slope means tan theta, angle made by this line with x axis is 0. Slope means tan theta is 0. That means here if it is like this curve, even x increases, y value remains the same. That is the physical meaning. So here I want to conclude 3 points. If slope is positive, that means as x increases, y also increases. Point number 1. Point number 2, as x increases, y value starts decreasing. It shows, that means slope is negative. That is at x is equal to 8. Slope is at 6. We have slope is 0. That means this value y remains the same with respect to x. That is the meaning, physical meaning. Clear? This is the graph. Now with the help of this mathematical equation, as we discussed earlier, now I will give some formulas, standard formulas for this. Suppose here if it is a is equal to L square, suppose it is cube here, suppose there is a function like this, we can compare with y is equal to x square. This you compare with generalize. So now you can generalize. Y is a physical quantity, area, x square. So we can write it as delta y by delta x. Limit, that is delta x tends to 0. That is instantaneous rate of change is dy by dx. Dy by dx is how we can write. That's answer is 2x. Answer is 2x. That is, this is rate of change, dy by dx, rate of change, that is dy by dx is equal to 2x. So I derived this one. Similarly, generally I am extending this one. Suppose y is equal to x cube, then we can write it as similar expression as delta y by delta x, as limit delta x tends to 0, then the rate of change limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x is dy by dx. Similarly, we can write it as, we can write it as 3x square. So here I will give some formulas. Here other quantities we are neglecting. Now we will give some formulas of this standard differential equations. You remember this one, again you will get in mathematics. For the time being we need this differential calculus to understand physics. Okay. So I will give some general formulas of this differential calculus. Some standard equations. So standard equations of derivatives of y, derivatives of y with respect to x, that is the rate of measure of y. Standard equations. The first one is, I will give some standard equations. Y is x to the power n, where y, x are physical quantities, n is a positive number, n is an integer, let it be. So this dy by dx, it's a dy by dx, I will write here dy by dx, derivative I will write here, derivative. This is a function. Okay, this is a mathematical function, derivative. So dy by dx, or we can call it as fx, f dash x, f dash y, is, you write dy by dx is equal to n into x to the power n minus 1. Okay, dy by dx is equal to n into x to the power n minus 1. Second one, dy by dx of, let it be y is equal to x, then dy by dx is equal to 1. That means if you differentiate x with respect to x, you will get 1. Third one, y is equal to cx, where c is a constant. What is c here? A constant. Then dy by dx, we can write it as c. If this you have only one constant, that is y is equal to, let it be a constant, it is alone, constant alone, there is no variable here, this is variable x, this constant is along with the variable, then you will get constant. Here c is a constant. If constant is only there is no variable, then dy by dx is 0. dy by dx is 0. So this is the fourth formula. And fifth formula, if y is equal to sin x, then dy by dx is cos x. Sixth one, y is equal to cos x, then dy by dx is equal to minus sin x. Y is equal to tan x, then dy by dx is equal to secant square x. Okay, these are some formulas I am introducing. And eighth one, suppose y is equal to log x, logarithmic function, then dy by dx is equal to 1 by x. Log x is 1 by x. Ninth one, y is equal to e to the power x. You will get dy by dx is equal to e to the power x. So here I introduced 9 formulas. 9 formulas. The first one is, these are the standard equations of derivative. You remember these standard equations. The first one is y is x to the power n, then its derivative, then its derivative dy by dx is n x to the power n minus 1. I will explain with the example. Y is equal to x. Suppose then dy by dx is 1. Y is cx, then dy by dx is c. Y is equal to c. Suppose there is only constant, you are deriving. That means that constant it won't vary. That is the meaning here. Dy by dx is 0. Sin x you will get cos x. Cos x you will get minus sin x. Tan x you will get secant square x. For log x you will get 1 by x. E to the power x you will get e to the power x. You remember these 9 formulas. Here I am giving 9 formulas. Now along with these 9 formulas, I will give some rules for this rules. First one is addition rule. Suppose there is a function y, u plus or minus v. These are the 2 variables. I will write the rules here. So the rules. What are these rules? Suppose y is a function of u and v. U is one variable, v is another variable. So it may be plus or minus. This is a function. That means this y depends on u and v, 2 physical quantities, summation or addition from principle of homogeneity. This y depends on these 2 variables. Then I want a derivative of this. Then we have then f dash, that means the derivative of this is u du by dx plus or minus dv by dx. Okay. U is a function of x, v is a function of x. So you differentiate with respect to x, du by a plus. This is addition rule. So this is the rule number 1. So addition or subtraction. If it is plus here, you use plus. If it is minus, use minus. And that is, this y is a uv. This is in terms of u and v. Then this f dash, that is dy by dx, f dash means is u into first function you keep as it is dv by dx plus v into du by dx. This is product rule. This rule we can call it as product rule. This is sum or difference rule. Sum or difference rule. This is product rule. You differentiate. Suppose there are 2 variables u and v like this. So you write first variable as it is and differentiate with the second one v with respect to x, plus keep second function as it is and differentiate the first function u with respect to x. This is uv function. Third one, y is u by v, u by v. Suppose then dy by dx is second one v into du by dx. You keep v into du by dx minus u into dv by dx by v square. This is quotient rule or division rule. This is division rule. So here along with the 9 formulas, I am giving 3 rules, that is sum or difference rule and product rule, division rule. Based on these rules, I will give some examples to solve these problems. Okay. Now let us solve these problems. The first one, y is equal to 2x cube, first one. Second one, y is equal to 4 by x. Third one, y is equal to 3 e to the power x. Fourth one, y is equal to 5 sin x. Sixth one, fifth one, fourth, fifth, y is equal to x square minus 6x. Sixth one, y is equal to x to the power 5 plus 2 e to the power x. Seventh one, y is equal to x square sin x. Eighth one, y is equal to 4 e to the power x cos x. Ninth one, y is equal to sin x by x. Tenth one, y is equal to 4x cube by e to the power x. So here I gave 9 formulas of the standard equations of derivatives and 3 rules to get the derivatives. With the help of these 9 formulas and 3 rules, we are going to find the derivatives of these equations. Let us try to solve. Okay. Okay, now see, the first one is what we want? Find the derivatives. What is this question here? Here, the question is find the derivatives of y. We want a derivative of this function y, that is rate of change. That's we want. Now see the first one, y is equal to 2x cube. So here 2 is a constant, so you keep as it is, x cube. This is in the form of y x to the power n. So what we have, dy by dx is n into x to the power n minus 1. This is formula number 1. So from this formula, dy by dx is equal to n x to the power n minus 1. So we have y dy by dx is 2 constant you keep as it is, x to the power n, here x to the power n is 3. So n, that is 3 brackets 3 into x to the power n minus 1, 3 minus 1, that is bracket close. So what you will get? 2 into 3, 6, x to the power 3 minus 1, 2. So derivative of this function is dy by dx is, we have 6x square. Okay, this is the answer for this one, first one. Clear? Second one. What is second one? Y is equal to 4 by x. 4 by x. This is 4 by x. 4 is a constant. 4 is a constant. This you can write it as x to the power minus 1. I bring this x to the numerator. Then it will become x to the power minus 1. Here I am using again this formula. Here n is minus 1. So I am using derivative of this dy by dx is 4 x to the power n. Here n is minus 1. So minus 1 into x to the power n minus 1. N is minus 1 minus 1. So you will get bracket close. That is minus 4 divided by x to the power minus 2. Minus 1 minus 1 minus 2. So this is minus 4 by, you will get x square. So this is the derivative of, so derivative of dy by dx is minus 4 by x square. This is the answer for this one. Clear? Next, third one. Third one, y is equal to 3 e to the power x. So I want a derivative of this dy by dx is 3 constant, you keep as it is, e to the power x. So dy by dx, if y is e to the power x, I said dy by dx is e to the power x only. So you will get 3 e to the power x only. Next, fourth one, y is equal to 5 sin x. 5 sin x. So dy by dx is equal to, what you will get? 5, you keep it constant as it is, sin x, dy by dx of, that is dy by dx of sin x, that is the meaning. That is 5 into dy by dx of sin x is cos x we have. So which formula I am using here? dy by dx of sin x is equal to cos x. So we have this formula. So I am using this. So dy by dx of, what we got? 5 cos x. This is the fifth one. Sixth one. This is, sorry, fourth one. Fourth one is what? 3, 4. Fifth one. So I am doing here. Fifth one. Y is equal to x square minus 6x. So here I am using u plus or minus v formula. So dy by dx is, this is, first you differentiate this d by dx of x square, first function you write as it is, minus 6 of d by dx of x. Okay. So here I am using which formula? U plus or minus v formula. What it says? Du by dx plus or minus dv by dx. I am using this formula. If y is a function of u plus or minus v, then its derivative is, this is if then this is dy by dx is du by dx plus or minus dv by dx. So here I am using derivative formula. What is this? Y is a function of u plus or minus v, then du by dx plus or minus dy by dx. Once again I am writing here. So what is this? If y is equal to u plus or minus v, then dy by dx, what we have? Dy by dx is du by dx plus or minus dv by dx, like distributive. Okay. So I am using this formula, d by dx of u is x square, next v minus 6x, 6 is constant, I taken out, d by dx of x. So what I will get? D by dx of x square is again x to the power n formula. So 2 into x to the power 2 minus 1, that is 1, 6, d by dx of x is 1. So 6 into 1, that is 2 into x to the power 2 minus 1, 1 minus 6. So this is the derivative of this function. Which function? Given function, fifth one. So the answer is 2x minus 6. This is for the fifth one. Now see the sixth one. Okay. Sixth one. What is sixth one? Y is equal to x to the power 5 plus 2 e to the power x. Okay. This is exponential function. I want a derivative of this dy by dx. X to the power 5. Use x to the power n formula. N d by dx of x to the power 5. First you apply distributive plus d by dx of 2 e to the power x. So this is the first step, distributive. Then use x to the power n formula. N, that is 5, x to the power n minus 1, that is 5 minus 1, 4 it will become. D by dx of 2 you taken out, constant. D by dx of e to the power x is e to the power x only. So that is 5 x to the power 5 minus 1 is 4. 5 x to the power 4 plus 2 e to the power x. This is dy by dx. derivative of this function. That is the answer for sixth one. Okay. Next. The next one is seventh one. Y is equal to x square sin x. So this is a function. So y, it depends on x. So it is in the form of UV formula, product formula I am using. So x square is one function, sin x is another function. So x square you consider as u, sin x you consider as v. So use which rule? Product rule. Product rule. What is this product rule says? F dash derivative is u into dv by dx plus v into du by dx. So this is rule. Which rule? Product rule. What it says? If f is a function of uv, this is product, then f dash, that is the derivative of this function, is u keep as it is, derivative of the second function plus second function as it is, derivative of the first function, du by dx. Use this formula. So that is dy by dx is equal to first function u, x square, you keep as it is. Next, d by dx of second function is sin x plus v, second function you keep as it is, sin x and the derivative of d by dx of first function, that is x square. Okay, x square. Now next step is x square you keep as it is, d by dx of sin x you have cos x plus sin x d by dx of x square, you will get 2 x to the power n formula, n x to the power n minus 1, 2 minus 1, you will get 1. So you will get, that is x square, you take it as common here, x you take it as common, x cos x plus x you count 2 sin x. This is derivative of the function, given function, answer. So this is the answer for this function, given function. So I did this seventh one. Now you see eighth one. You do similarly with this as product rule. Okay, as we did this one, you do this one similarly. Okay. Next, this one, ninth one. Ninth one is here, we are going to do ninth one. So ninth one, y is equal to sin x by x. So dy by dx of, you use y is a function of u by v. You use the division rule. What is this? Division rule. What is this division rule says? F dash, that is the derivative of this function, is u by v. This is the division rule. So you write v, what it says? V denominator and the derivative of the numerator du by dx minus, you write numerator and the derivative of this second one dv by dx denominator by denominator square. So, what is this rule? Is a division rule. To get this derivative, I am using this formula. Okay. So, dy by dx sin x. So, I am writing here, that is dy by dx is equal to sin x by x, that is sin x by x is you write u we consider as sin x, v you take it as x. So, use this formula v x as it is du by dx derivative of d by dx of u is sin x minus u is sin x as it is and the derivative of denominator x by v square means x square, that is x d by dx of sin x, you will get cos x minus sin x, d by dx of x is 1 into sin x becomes sin x by x square. So, this is the function. This can also be written as x cos x, that is cos x by x, 1 x square get cancelled minus sin x by x square. So, this is the derivative of this given function dy by dx. This is the answer. Okay. Similarly, you solve this one by using this, okay, UV formula. I will give this one as work for you. You solve this one and this one. So, this one 8th, 10th, that is left to you. You solve this one 8th and 10th sums. Similar to 7th, 8th one is similar to 7th one and 10th one is similar to 9th one. Okay, today I will stop. What we discussed, this is the new branch of mathematics, named it as differential calculus. Differential calculus. It indicates how variables, if there are two physical quantities, if one physical quantity depends on other, and if one variable changes, other variables how it will changes, that is we can call it as rate of change, that is called a derivative of the function y. So, okay, I will stop today. Okay, thank you.